another day. It's another beautiful day to sit here and talk about music, man. Talk about why we're creating it. Happy 420, everybody. Waiting for everybody to come on. I'm about to show you this new artist that I found that I think is super fire. I'm going to go back and play this track from his SoundCloud. Let's do it while we get him on. Max Strong. How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Nothing much.
Blasting your music right now, man. The stuff you're putting out, man. Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff. Stuff to make people edgy. That's always the point, to make somebody pissed off.
Hey, why not? Why not? We mosh it for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta give people a reason.
For sure. It's very nice to meet you. I'm so glad that I found your page, and
Yeah, I am too. This is a great page you got. This is really dope. I'm definitely into the whole idea. This is awesome.
Yeah, definitely want to support the artists that are on the rise, and you are definitely one of them.
Yes, thank you.
Your stuff. I can't wait for everybody to hop on and listen to this stuff too.
I can't either. I'm trying to make a movement, you know?
It's happening. It's happening.
I feel it, man. You feel it.
So why don't we take it back to the roots and tell me where you're from?
I've been Long Island born and raised. Spent a little bit of time in Philly, a little bit of time in Massachusetts. That's where I do a lot of stuff with other artists. Is primarily in Rhode Island and Massachusetts at this point, because I have a lot of family that does music too. But I personally am out of New York, Long Island.
Very cool, man. We're all the way on the East Coast today, checking this guy out. Look at
Definitely, all across.
What's up to all my fans? What's going on? What's going on? Ooh, everybody hopping on. I'm excited for this. All right.
I like this. This is good.
Excellent. So, from New York, huh? What inspired you to make music?
Music has been in my family for a long time, and I kind of adapted to the whole like rebel thing, or like attach yourself to chaos type stuff. I love horror movies, and with a lot of my upbringing, a lot of stuff that I went through, it's kind of a mosh podge of the two, or a consolidation of what I went through, wanted to be the rebel or like the punk, or like promote the crazy stuff going on, and then my love for horror movies and all things that are crazy. I all throw it into the music, and then hopefully once I throw it to the board, it all sticks together and came out with this. So a lot of inspirations from like Green Day or Blink-182 and Hollywood Undead, Childish Gambino, Eminem, of course. So
you got mad bars when you spit too. That's crazy. Like,
yeah, it's definitely been going on for a while. For many years I've been definitely focused with a pen in my hand and doing it that way. I'm not one to judge, but I'm also not one to really like a lot of the new wave stuff. I feel like the material that goes into the rap, the lyricism, is such a heavy part of the culture that if you're not willing to go above and beyond what has been done before and say and spit some real crazy shit, I don't think that you have stepped up to the plate. And that's just, how I feel it goes.
No, that's an excellent opinion, and that makes perfect sense because the content you're putting out is kind of original.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I definitely hope it comes across that way. I definitely also try to put in some stuff that kind of like throws jabs at certain things that people might feel a little bit weird about. But one of my favorite quotes ever is, art is to make the comfortable feel uncomfortable, and vice versa. It's important.
That makes perfect sense, and it's true because you don't get noticed unless you're a little bit wild, a little bit crazy.
Yeah, especially now. You better be willing to say and do some crazy stuff to make it at this point.
Were you ever gonna do face tats to get there, or no?
No, believe it or not, that was never on my page of like stuff to do. I've seen some people get some pretty crazy stuff on their face. It's a bit much. I'll keep to doing other stuff. I'll keep to doing Steve-O type stuff instead.
That's excellent. That's excellent, man. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Would you say you have like a favorite rap artist that kind of inspired you as well?
Believe it or not, when I first started hearing rap, it was from Hollywood Undead back in the 2000s. Um, and my first inspiration to write bars was Johnny Three Tier from Hollywood Undead. And that got me to go like, oh shit, that's like some real stuff. That feels heavy. And then it was Childish Gambino. Most of my lyrical content is actually from lyrically inspired by Childish Gambino. Of course, anybody who's a rapper and spits lyricism at any point is going to say Eminem had something to do with that, because Eminem is kind of like, you look up to him to go like, how can I push myself? But a lot of my inspiration is driven from Hollywood Undead originally, and then Childish Gambino, believe it or not. So, and then
Good
Green Day.
choices.
Green Day is too.
Yeah. I mean, they've been around for such a long time. They're definitely
They're
somebody to know.
classics. Absolute
Yeah.
classics. And especially if you're trying to be a rebel, it's kind of, you shoot to Green Day as soon as you try, you know?
That's awesome. Well, you're a young cat, I know, so this is definitely going to be something that's going to take you very, very far in the future.
Yes, definitely. I have a lot of cool stuff coming up. So but I'm 21 now, and between now and 25, I feel some crazy stuff's going to come. So there's only anywhere else but up. So it's going to be going up fast, though.
Yeah. And it goes fast, you know what I mean? Like,
Definitely.
for example, like this show, I started a month ago. I shit you not, like a month and a day yesterday. And we blew up. You know, we're almost at 400 followers. We went to Nigeria,
That's
London,
awesome.
Canada, Australia.
Good for this, man. Good for you. That's awesome.
This
I
is
respect that
this
a
is more
lot.
for the artists. You know what I mean? For the artists that
Yeah.
aren't being heard out there.
I think that's very important. I think a lot, you're doing something that's really important. I really respect you and this page that you got. This is really good.
For sure, for sure. So what platforms are you running on right now?
So right now I'm on SoundCloud, and I just had a real first Spotify release of my first album, Gup, which is the one that you were just playing before.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then a lot of my newer singles I put out on SoundCloud first, and I let that shit run for a bit, and then when I build up my next piece of whatever project that I want to do, then I'll push it onto Spotify. So if you want to hear new stuff that I'm coming out and keep up with me on a basis, definitely check me out on SoundCloud. And if you want to hear my stuff that's really been like like published, polished, and all that stuff, that's going to be on Spotify.
It's amazing. Wow.
You got to get
I bet
into it.
you must have been so excited when it got released on Spotify and just like, man.
Yeah, it was a big point. Like I had a lot of stuff going on, and then all of a sudden I got, the distribution part, and I was like, oh, so now this is when it's going to start picking up. It's kind of like there's levels. It plateaus for a bit, and then you hit the next level, and you're like, all right, now I'm here. Now it's kicked into the gear that I need to be.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And you seem like you have a very, very good drive and you're going straight and you're not stopping.
Oh no,
That's
there's
perfect.
nothing stopping this. There's one way. There's only one way. No matter how I have to get to that goal, I'll get there. So we'll see.
Well, with that, how far do you want it to take you?
I like that. I would like it to go as far as possible. I want to push stuff. Like one of the quotes that I have always going alongside with Max Strong as the profile is, I have a strong vision. And that strong vision is, I want the people that feel uncomfortable out there, that have gone through shit, I want them to feel like they have an artist that they can lean back on, that kind of understands some of the crazy stuff that's happened to them. I want a place for the punks and the horror kids to finally have a place to go again, because I feel like a lot of the mainstream stuff and a lot of that stuff, yeah, you have an artist that every once in a while will flash up and be along the lines of, yeah, like we understand what you're talking about. I don't think a lot of them do, and I think a lot of it is not really the most authentic. So
Exactly.
I want to be the backbone to a lot of those people. I want the outcast to come out and finally have a chance to play again. So whether it's doing shows, having my music line come out, I'm having a clothing line come out soon next year in the beginning. I want to have a comfortable group of all these people.
That's amazing. And, on your steps to success, we're here with you, supporting you. So you
Definitely.
got Seattle and San Francisco Bay Area
Nigeria.
keeping up with you. and
Nigeria.
Nigeria and everywhere else. Well, I'm
Yes.
from San Francisco and I live in Seattle now, and so
Oh
like
wow. Okay.
my main followers are from home, and so
That's
that's
awesome.
really cool to me because when I talk to them about like East Coast rappers or any kind of music in general, they don't really have like that widened range of, oh, I've heard this guy just started this last week or had this poppin' album that just came out. They never really say that. They're like, oh, who's in the East Coast? Takashi 6ix9ine, and I'm like,
We don't like him.
you know what I
All of us
mean?
out
Like,
here, we don't like that guy. But yeah, no,
that's
I get
not,
what you're saying. It's not.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't feel like we have enough of real. I don't want to say classy, more authentic representation. I'm happy that you guys are letting me in here to be this. I'm happy to be that.
Please represent New York because the
I
guy that's
will.
trying to represent New York is not representing it right, man.
No,
That guy, no.
he looks like a rainbow, and I'm not a fan.
His music isn't good. You know
It's
what I
not.
mean? Like if I
It's
can tell you
pointless.
right now, heard his new shit, trash.
It's
Heard your
consistently
stuff.
been it.
Oh,
It's I don't know. I'm not happy what New York is putting up front, but I'm welcoming to take that stand now and be that person. So
with that,
and I'll
we're gonna play a song of yours so everybody can hear, and just tell me a little bit about the song after I play it. Is that cool?
definitely.
Excellent. Right. All right. We're gonna do. I super like the new one. The new one is kind of cool. Go dumb. See, I have go dumb. Just being hyphy in San Francisco. That was a movement. So
Really?
go dumb is the phrase everybody uses. So this is actually pretty cool.
Oh, dope. I'm down for that then.
Yeah, this is dope. We need some go dumb music. There we go. Hey. That was dope.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about what inspired that song.
Quarantine. 100% this 2020 quarantine. I've seen a lot of crazy headlines. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. So I figured I would give my input into this whole thing. The chorus has a Shining reference. Johnny comes like it's Kubrick. It's very much inspired by I'm tired of being inside at this point, and I'm seeing so much crazy stuff, and I'm seeing stuff starting to rumble up that at this point I'm so excited to have whatever's going to happen as soon as we got out of here. So it's kind of like as soon as this stuff opens up, I'm going to go dumb. This is going to get dumb real fast. So it's a matter of what I'm hoping. I feel it's going to happen.
It will. You manifest that dream.
I already do it. So
how you hanging in there during quarantine?
It's been slow. Right now, I took a trip from New York to Rhode Island to go help a friend move in. But this is about as much as I've done since quarantine has started. So how about you?
Man, I can't tell you. It's been maybe almost 40 something days in the house. Lost my job, which I'm not like super, I don't care.
Now we're gonna see this blow up. Let's put the good into this.
I honestly don't give a shit. I'm super creative and I find a way, and money to me just goes around. You know what I mean? So
if you can survive, you're fine. And if this works, you're gonna be fine. And
I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole point of this is just to have a ton of fun, make friends all around the world, keep up with you guys. From 21 now to 25, you're gonna be on the rise, and I want to be there to
Always.
watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I'll be able to pin back like, yeah, that person had me on the podcast, you know?
Mad support, just mad
Always.
support, all love,
And you
all
always
love
got to
from
rep the
Seattle
people
right
that
now.
helped you out on the come up. You always got to rep the people that helped you out on the come up. Because without them helping you up on the way, you're not where you are, you know? So.
And what's remarkable to me is like every single time I play music for their artist on this show, you can just see it. Like you can see the artist like feeling their music, and it's inside them. You know what I mean? And that's something that I love that experience. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
You got lost there. You got lost in your own song on the live, and I loved it because you're ready to go at every single word. You're just ready to go.
yeah, you memorize it, and then you're just like when you make a new song, you have that itch. You're like, okay, so when is this going on stage? Like, what are you gonna do when this goes on stage? You know, like how are you gonna rap this on a stage? So when you're hearing it over and over, you're almost having the dream forward of like how that's gonna work out. So yeah, the lost is definitely a thing that's gonna happen.
And you look like you've done shows so far, right? Maybe
Oh
a
yeah,
couple of them.
yeah. I've done a few shows. I had a NYC show like almost like a month or so before this whole thing went down, and that was awesome.
Wow.
I'm gonna be setting up more shows, obviously, because it's what I got to do. I'm gonna be having an East Coast tour, and then hopefully at some point I'll work myself over to you guys over there.
Yes. I'm hoping when this is all over, I mean, on the rise and on the come up, I have friends that do have venues that, I could definitely potentially put up some upcoming artists because that kind of thing is what we do. We network and we connect. And
Exactly.
so if I can get you out here to perform for people in Seattle, I mean, people in Seattle are waiting for this. They're just
That would
waiting
be
for this.
awesome. That would be
Yeah.
absolutely awesome.
It's all about making friends, dude.
At all. The connections is what we die with. That's
Yes.
a very important lesson. We don't have the money, but when we die, we get remembered by who knew us and what did we do for them and how did we help them.
Yeah, and helping people has always been my thing. And,
It's an amazing trait.
if I can remember, when I was like your age, I wanted to have the world, and no one ever was there like, yeah, you can do it. Go get the world. You can go get the world, bro.
Thank you.
Mad support.
Thank you.
I'm just saying, like I'm seeing you got like thousands of views so far on SoundCloud already.
Yeah.
It's
It's it's a lot of fun. That's all I ever say with this is like all I ever wanted to do, I just didn't want to be bored. I was so bored of doing everything else that as soon as like I found something that I was good at that like people wanted to hear me do and it was like actually catching on, I was like, oh, so this is what I'm supposed to do. Like this makes sense.
It clicks.
It does. It clicks, and it's a weird click because you it's the only kind of click that you feel once. You feel that click, and then you're like, oh, this is it.
Yeah. Oh man, playing your music here in the background. So another question here. I know this is a little off the books here, but I see that you skateboard and stuff like that. You ever gonna put up some funny shit on YouTube?
Oh, definitely. There's definitely going to be a bunch of videos of me trying to skateboard and eating so much shit because, like, I'm so terrible at it, man. I want to get better. I want to get better so much, but, like, I know there's going to be a few videos of me just tanking before that happens. It's going to look like jackass.
That's everybody, man.
So, always. Yeah. It's really fun, though. It's really fun and really freeing to, like, step on a board and, like, do some crazy stuff and then step off and be like, yeah, I did that.
For sure. Yeah. Man, well, again, I just want to thank you for coming on. I was going to play one more song and see if you could tell me about it because I had a question about it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get it right here. New Age Cobain.
Yeah.
That one was really good. I'm going to play it a little bit for everybody to kind of listen to.
Yeah.
If you tell me a little bit about that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, go for it.
There we go. It's got really good beats to it, too. And all right. That was dope too. Like, wow, a lot of things there.
Yeah, I was actually the producer on that one. That first album that I have on SoundCloud. It was originally on Spotify, and I was like, I don't want to have that as the first thing that people no, because that was a very experimental album. So I at least wanted to put it on SoundCloud and have people be able to vibe to whatever. Like on that album, every song on that album is produced by me, engineered by me, and then written by me. So like that was essentially the album that was all me doing all the different stuff. Um, that song was super weird because that song is obviously about Kurt Cobain. Because Kurt Cobain is a huge inspiration for a majority of genres, whether you know it or not. Like the artists within the genres know it or not. Um, Kurt Cobain dealt with obviously a lot of stuff, mental health issues, as a lot of us do at this point, and very big bouts of depression, and that was along the lines of, are you going to go down the same road that Kurt Cobain does, or are you going to find a different way to manage so you don't go down the same route that he did? A lot of the words in that song are very much on the side of like suicidal. They're very much suicidal themed lyrics, but very much going through that song is the elements of, are you going to be the legend that stays around, or are you going to be the one that folds into the darkness? Are you going to be the one that folds into the sad pieces that you live in your everyday life? And that is a very hard thing to manage. That is a very hard piece to go, because you almost have to think outside of yourself and what you're feeling in the moment, which is very genuine to you and the depression or sad pieces that you're feeling. So from that point of view, are you able to see the bigger picture of what you can achieve? Or are you can't even, it's not even a matter of letting it at that point. Is it going to devour you at that? So it's a very dark song. And obviously at the end of that song, because not everything has a happy ending, the gunshot wound is it ends off with a gunshot in the echo.
Yeah.
So because I'm very much not a fan of letting everything have a happy ending.
Yeah.
So it is not always the piece, but that's very much the point of arguing almost within yourself. Is that like, how do you want this to turn out? How do you want this story to turn out?
That's a really, really deep piece of music right there. And I really, as someone who has gone through depression, has been there in that moment of like, those thoughts you think of when you hear songs like that relate,
Mm-hmm.
definitely goes to the heart. So that's a definite art form that you use.
Thank you. That one was a weird one to release. That one was like, because you can tell with music at this point very much now is a lot of artists don't let how they actually are and how they actually feel come across. A lot of music now is very much like, I have this, or it's very material based, without really getting into the nitty gritty of who they are. Like, it's a lot of times not coming out in the music, it's coming out in a headline. Somebody just was admitted to a rehab. So with that song, it was very much, am I going to put this out, and almost, am I going to let this be what it is and maybe expose certain pieces of you that will have effect later, or are you going to keep it back? And obviously at that point, I'm like, well, I'm kind of repping this already. Let's put it out there. Let's put out how you actually feel. Let's not be a part of this synthetic piece of what's going on.
And that to me is major because I grew up in a time where the dude from Linkin Park, who was like my era of being emo, I guess,
Yes.
Took his life, and we don't know why, and we don't have any clue of to what could have been the feelings and thoughts and emotions he was going through, other than the music that he was making with people other than himself that maybe not wasn't his music. and this is all you. And that's what I think is the best thing, is that this is your album. This is the way you want to make it. This is someone's going to look back and appreciate that
Yes,
you
thank
were
you for
real
that.
about the music.
Yeah, that was definitely the way that I wanted it to go. So I'm happy it went that way. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Got to recognize the real stuff that's out there. I mean, I like, I like all kinds of music. I like
Yes.
it all. But I've always related to like the sad songs, because life does not have good endings, like to
Yeah,
everything. It's
definitely.
hard. You
It's
got
not
hard
Disneyland.
pills to swallow, man.
Yeah.
You're wise beyond your years to make music about it. That's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Wow. Well, we hope to see you on the way to the top.
Thank you.
Come back and perform music if you want to.
I
I don't
definitely
know how
will.
long this quarantine is going to be going on for.
Yeah, definitely. We'll stay in
No idea.
touch. Definitely. Yeah.
For sure.
I'm down to come back and talk again.
Yes, well, I definitely appreciate you for being here, for being yourself, for showing off your music for everybody to hear. Thank you. Because if it wasn't for people like you creating music and being there to reach back out to like people like me who want to become a fan,
Hmm.
how would we know the artists that we have?
Well,
So,
alongside that, thank you for giving me this opportunity to come on here and talk to everybody. Because without this opportunity, I don't build the fans. So thank you so much for this. And thank you for enjoying my music and everything.
we will keep doing that. You take care, okay? Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. And happy
For sure.
420.
Happy 420, man. If you're not smoking, it's for you.
Thank you. I'm about to get on that soon.
Wait, before you go,
Yo,
it's
what's
another
up?
good question. So it's not legal in New York, but it's decriminalized to smoke weed?
Somewhat. It's if you have under a certain amount, they're not really going to get on you.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, there's a lot of pain in the ass people,
That
as there
sucks.
always is, but
That sucks.
us people, we figure out a way around it. We
Of
figured out ways to
course.
smoke out of fruit. Yeah.
For sure.
So have a good rest
Take
of the
care.
day and stay safe with everything.
Yes, you too. Stay safe. We got to keep you around.
Yes, thank you.
All right. See you. For sure. That was an excellent interview for sure. I appreciate everybody for joining on. That was a very real artist. He kept it real with us 100%, with his music, with as far as who he wants to inspire, who inspired him. That's great. That's great for everybody that's here. I mean, I hope you guys could feel what I felt when I played his music back for him. This is something that I just every day I look forward to, is playing the music for the artists, playing their music for them to hear while their fans or people that are going to be fans are here with us. If I can play that for them and they hear it, you just look in their eyes. You just look in their eyes, they get lost in the fact that they made that sound, they made that music, and that they just get lost because they would love to either sing it or go with it or whatever. It's crazy. That is such an art. It's an art in your mind, and it's something to be very much admired. It's just like when we like paint and draw and sing. Everybody that has their own art form is very much in awe of their own art. You can tell it's there. So that's why I do this every day, because this is something that, to me, it's an amazing experience. I wish I can ask many of the mainstream artists, what they feel about the songs they put out there, but I will never get in touch with them. I can't even tell you. I maybe shot off maybe, oh my God, like 500 DMs by now, because I have nothing else going on. And I'm just like, hey, talk to me. Talk to me about what inspires you and what's up. And I've gotten no responses, and I've gotten so many responses as well to that, of people that are very much down to make new fans and talk to people like me. So with that, I know I talk a whole hell of a lot when I smoke weed, but I'm gonna light it up one more time because it's out. I got a request. Let's see who's on. J1. Oh, he put in a request earlier. Let's see. Sorry we missed you, J1s. If you want to put in a request, I do have like about 10 minutes if someone wants to talk to me a little bit about something, if they like the music they heard, if they want to hear some more. I'm probably going to put a little bit more music on if no one joins up. So let's just do that. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys his page as well on SoundCloud. See if I get any requests. See if anybody wants in on this. He said he likes horror movies. That's crazy because today I'm actually wearing my Evil Dead shirt. I don't know, different strokes, different folks. I like horror a lot. If you're with that, give me a little heart sign. Horror movies, man. Whew, they get the heart pumping. All right, let's see. We'll go ahead and show everybody. Here we go. Max Strong. And we got his music right there. And these are the tracks that I was going through myself and looking at. I showed God is very good. What They Told Me was definitely very good. I hit on view tracks. Hey, look me, there's me. I hit view tracks, and then I'm looking at all the different music he's got. I'm Not Okay kind of reminds me of something My Chemical Romance would put out, Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. And yeah, let's see what else I'm going to put on here. Chaos was definitely hella good. Definitely a song that you'd want to put on in the car, vibe to. Let's see. I have a hard time picking things, y'all. Let's put it back to me while I do this. Let's see if I put this. Hey. Cool. So let's see. Rockstar. Let's check it out. Everybody's got a Rockstar song, right? It's in here. To go for days. Do you hear that? Mad talent, man. Mad talent. Mad skills. Well, everybody, this is about to be edited and up on IGTV. This is, this is awesome. Let's keep it going. You guys know any artists? Know anybody that wants to be on? Hit me. DMs are always open for the pro shit as far as music and sending me people as far as getting them on this, because this is something that's amazing. I got no time for bullshit. Here for the fun, here for the entertainment, here for the artist. It's what I'm about. So, as always, everybody, stay lit, stay safe, stay up, stay positive. Try and be as positive as can be. I know it's really hard, but we doing it. We're here. We smiling through. So, peace out, everybody.